start the Rainbow Bridge now. Courtney Blackman is going to read the poem, and then I will read the names. Due to the time frame that we've got and there's so many names that we've got, I only read the call name if I know what it is and the person, the owner. And because if I try to read the full name, it just takes too long. So I'll turn this over to Courtney and let her read the poem.
At the Rainbow Bridge, inspired by a Norse legend. By the edge of a wood, at the foot of a hill, is a lush green meadow where time stands still, where the friends of man and woman do run when their time on earth is over and done. For here, between this world and the next, is a place where each beloved creature finds rest. On this golden land, they wait and they play, till the Rainbow Bridge they cross over one day. No more do they suffer in pain or in sadness, for here they are whole, the lives filled with gladness. Their limbs are restored, their health renewed, their bodies have healed with strength imbued. They romp through the grass without even a care, until one day they start and sniff at the air. All ears prick forward, eyes dart front and back, then all of a sudden one breaks from the pack. For just at that instant their eyes have met, together again, both person and pet. So they run to each other, these friends from long past. The time of their parting is over at last. The sadness they felt while they were apart has turned into joy once more in each heart. They embrace with a love that will last forever, and then side by side they cross over together.
Okay, the first three are kind of well known to around the country, so I'm sure you'll recognize their names. Barney Bush, first dog. George and Laura Bush. Wilbur the trash dog, found in a trash can in Baton Rouge. Amy and Danny Morales and Riley Stacy Brannon. Ellie Mae died in an auto accident on I-55 in Arkansas. Sam and Linda Davis and Doogie. Doogie is the one that they searched for about 3 weeks because he ran off after the accident and was finally found. Now I'll start our own rainbow list. Fergus, Feisty Fergus, Anita Bergen, Maxwell, Dale and Willie Bennick, Matari Pirogue, Frank and Marcia Shoup, Lily, Fran and Gary Sandin, Sweet Georgia Brown, Seal and John Tice, Kilty, Bren McKenzie, Peggy and Gary Moore, Bridie, Kate and Bill Nixon, Good Golly Miss Molly, Kate and Bill Nixon, Mags, Bob and Linda Cowell and STLSR, Tucker, Paul and Pat McCartney, Camster, Morgana and Lee Maverden, Abby, Leslie Buxton, Serena, Josie O'Brien and Michael Megan, George Burns, Sarah and Warren Wheeler, Duffy, Connie Singer and Janet Kaplan, Bailey, Lynn, Travis, Lava, Denise, Ron, Devin, and Mackenzie Renee, Annie, Joan and Jan Karstingen, Barney, Charlotte Ryan, Scotty, Charlotte Ryan, Harley, Darlene and Tim Rawls, Bonnie Jean, Sue Wills and Terry Grenalls, Danny Boy, Kitty Smith, Tori, William and Gloria Daniel, Isabella, Leanne Jones and Bill Allen, Duffy, Ramona and Don Bush. Duncan, Diane and Joseph Fawcett. Valentine, Martina Warner. KJ, Martina Warner. Jimmy, Duran Gladdick. Lucy, Paul Pierce and Dottie Doyle. Maddie, Carl Pierce and Dottie Doyle. Alice, Carol Sherzan. Noah, Phoebe Lane Scott and Larry Westbury. Andy, Phoebe Lane Scott. Lady, Barbara Rowe. Lennon, Browen Jennings. McCartney, Browen Jennings. Amos, Vicki and Daryl Frazier. Dirge, Westgates. Kinsey, Joanne Young. He was 18 years, 6.5 months. Bell, Joanne Young. Tabby, Liz Lufrano. Sophia, Liz Lufrano. Huck, Barb Greco. Nessie, Shayna Weir. Pierre, John Livingston. Heidi Bell, Joan and Pat Ellie Carpini. Angie, Jerry Jones and Lucky. Top, Catherine and Dennis Smith. McCartney, Susan Morse. McBean, Peggy Elliott. Murphy Brown, Monica Dory and Linda St. James. Riley, Michelle Knuckles. Higgins, Shelby Hodges. Nora Jean, Kathleen Zichler and Barley. Radar, Marvin Burton and Tom Hill. Fiona Rose, Dot and Chris Llewellyn. Elliot Ness, Donna and Jack Winslow. Molly, Debbie Cleveland. Baxter McTavish, Glenda and Ted Tucker. Maggie, Daphne and George Ebert. Daphne and John Ebert. The dog's name is Daphne. Lily, Greg and Arlene Bryce. Cassie, Lynn Ellen Kelly and Gary Page. Nettie, Marley Clark and Marianne Lathrop. Charlie, Ken Hanshaw. Brownie, Ken Hanshaw. Moses, Sid and Dorothy Bugg. Thor, Carla and Richard Lacoe. Seeger, Carol Alton. Sissy, Robert Dutch Schultz. Sugar Britches, Crystal Lisk and North Texas Scotty Rescue. Maggie May, Christine Longo DeVoe. Patty, Dottie and Mike Cummings. Jake, Kathy Lawrence. Finley, Karen Elkins. Carrie, Vandra Huber and Michael Kraleski. Katie, Kelly Massey. Maggie Moo, Charlene Hill. McNabb, John and Joyce McNabney. Yellow Boy, Robert Gippert. Melina, Charlie and Bob Gann. Gunner, Charlie and Bob Gann. Leah, Amy Cada. Willie, Pan Ryan Orchard. Queen Nikki, Christy Fowler. Peter, Tom and Mike Weatherby. Zappa, Joan Rivera and Chart Hill Kennels. Gidget, John and Gail Betigue. Then we have, these are all from one rescue group, the Scottish Terrier Rescue of Northwest Rescue Angels. So these are all from that. Mac, Jack the Ripper, Spencer, Angus, Hope, Sally Sue, Angus, and Lester. Duchess, Diane Rosenell. Taylor, Iva and Ed Burks. Brand, Iva, Ed, and Piper Burks. Dazzle, Leslie Andrews. Sassy, St. Louis Scottish Terrier Rescue and Amy. Bonnie, Kathleen and Mark McDonald. Miss Carrie Allison, Pat and Hank Osborne. Abby, Linda Del Risco. Sadie, Victoria Bush. Riley, Margie Tucker and North Texas Scotty Rescue. Rory, Kara Dennis. Phoebe, Michael Cena. Wicket, Kate Wood. Sky, Sharon Johnson. Princess Poco, Judy Elder and Holly Brett. Angus, Jeanette Merrick. William Murdoch, Linda and Ernest Wilson. Mac, Joe Phillips. Cully, Emily Allison. Baxter, Ruth Lee Martin. Lily, Connie. Griffin, Cheryl Cullis. Cooper, Janet Zanlaskas. Audie, Dan Alred. Buddies, Bonnie Bell, Wanda Johnston. Arnie, Coscary family. Chance, Stephanie Gonzalez. Kara, Marge and Carl Rosa, and Lisa, Frank, and Anna Rue. Bo, Beth Schaefer Stude. Then we have McDougall, Stephen, and Jerry Sudlin. Jock, Desley Frick. Mac and Maggie, Catherine Cassidy. And then Lassie, Patty Justice. The last three were from Australia. Then we have Scotty people who have passed away this year. Jim Newton, Wee Scott's founder. Barbara Kingsbury, Barry No Kennels. Roger Biggs of New York. Vicki Campbell, Maryland Victorian Scotties. Tammy Friedel, Eleanor Lamont. Dana Stallings, Middlesex Scotties. Cheryl Root, New York Rescue. Tom Natalini, Stonehenge Kennels. James Masita, Rosscroft Kennels. Sandra Goose Allen, Windflower Kennels. Walter Pickett, Donna McDonald. Tony Gruda, Mestigel Kennels. Barbara Desai, Sandgreg Kennels. Marlene Thomas, Dr. Michael Robertson. Carol Lampier, Michael Sereno, Misty Moore's Scottish Terriers. That ends our list for this year. Thank you all so much for coming and for all you're doing to help us with rescue and the cancer research. So many of the dogs on this list passed away from cancer. So we thank each and every one of you for whatever you've done. And we hope to see you next year. I have one more thing to say. I don't know if any of you all have ever noticed, but those of us that do this every year do. The dogs will bark all day long for whatever reason. But when we read that list, nearly every one of them is silent, as if they know what we're doing. I mean, it's almost eerie the way they become so respectful of their buddies.